For decades, Carlos Santana carried a secret weight. Behind the blazing guitar solos and sold-out arenas, there was pain, betrayal, and moments so dark that he begged for the suffering to end. Few knew that the man who once electrified Woodstock had also faced despair so deep he attempted to end his own life 7 different times. Now, at 77, Santana has chosen to reveal the truth, a truth that shaped not only his music, but his very soul. Carlos was born in 1947 in Mexico, where his father taught him music at an early age. But when his family moved to Tijuana, his childhood took a tragic turn. At just 10 years old, he endured abuse no child should ever face, an ordeal that left him feeling broken and guilty for years. It was a wound he carried silently while learning to survive in a world that felt cruel and unsafe. By 15, he was playing guitar in Tijuana strip clubs. The scenes were gritty, dangerous, and often heartbreaking. Yet those nights forged his signature sound, a mix of Latin rhythms, blues, and rock that no one had heard before. When Carlos moved to San Francisco, his struggles didn't end. He lived in a cramped apartment with other musicians, slept on the floor, and survived on rice and beans. He washed dishes by day, played music on the streets by night, and often performed with broken guitar strings because he couldn't afford new ones. For most, it would have been easier to give up, but Santana refused. His music was the only lifeline he had. Fate stepped in during 1966 when he formed the Santana Blues Band. Just 3 years later, an unbelievable opportunity changed his life forever. Woodstock. The crowd of nearly 500,000 people had no idea who Santana was, but when he stepped onto that stage, history was about to be made. What the audience didn't know was that Carlos was battling his own inner chaos. Hours before the show, he'd taken a powerful hallucinogen, convinced his band wouldn't perform until the middle of the night. Instead, they were called on stage in broad daylight. As the drug took hold, he saw the neck of his guitar twist and slither like a snake. Desperate, he closed his eyes and prayed for strength, trusting his fingers to guide him. What happened next became legendary. His performance was explosive, spiritual, unforgettable. That afternoon at Woodstock turned a struggling dishwasher into one of the most talked about musicians in America. Within weeks, Santana's debut album was released, and the world finally knew his name. But fame did not erase the pain. Over the years, Carlos would climb to unimaginable heights, winning 9 Grammys in one night for his 1999 album, Supernatural. Yet behind the applause, his personal life crumbled. A broken marriage, infidelity, and spiritual crises drove him to the edge of despair. The weight became so heavy that 7 times he tried to end it all. Each time, something pulled him back, a soft voice telling him, "I'm sitting next to you. Isn't that enough?" Through faith, forgiveness, and resilience, Santana found his way back to life. He forgave the man who hurt him as a child, calling forgiveness the key to freedom. He rebuilt his career, his family, and his purpose. And today, even at 77, he still takes the stage, proving that his fire has never gone out. Carlos Santana's story is more than music. It's about survival, redemption, and the power of spirit over suffering. He reminds us that even in the darkest hours, the light of hope can still shine. Because sometimes the greatest solos aren't played on a stage, they're played in the battle for your own soul. If you found Santana's journey as powerful as we did, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Hollywood Star News, and share it with someone who needs a reminder that even through pain, greatness can still rise.